Structural adaptations are the physical features of an organism that help it to survive. The seal has a powerful, sleek body which has arisen due to the selective pressures of predation and competition. Seals with streamlined bodies were more likely to escape their predators and catch their prey. Seals with this structural adaptation had a survival advantage over those who didn't, which is why it is present in modern-day seals. This is mirrored in the little penguin, who, exposed to similar selective pressures in the same environment, has developed a streamlined body to escape predators or hunt prey. Behavioral adaptation is the process by which an organism or a species changes its pattern of action to better suit its environment. Tigers live in dense jungle where lines of sight are short and it's much easier to lie in wait for an ambush or creep up within pouncing distance without being seen. Indeed, a group of tigers hunting together would just increase the likelihood of spooking their prey. Living and hunting alone is a survival advantage of the tiger because it allows for more effective hunting. Tigers had the selective pressure of plant coverage acted upon them, as it is determined that the tigers that hunted alone in rainforests had a survival advantage over those who did in groups. Physiological adaptations are when a species has an internal systemic response to an external stimulus, with the intent of achieving or maintaining homeostasis. Chameleons use their skin color like a thermostat to regulate their body temperature, as they are ectotherms and must seek heat from external sources such as the sun. To maximize their sunlight intake, a chameleon may change its skin color to dark colors to absorb more light, and therefore heat, or change to light colors to reflect the light if they need to cool down. The ability to change color as a result of color-changing pigments, an internal chemical process, has been acquired due to the selective pressure of climate. The chameleons with this adaptation were able to cope with their climate better than those who couldn't change their color, allowing them to increase the survival of their species. The wombat's ability to urinate highly concentrated uric acid has allowed it to overcome the selective pressure of water scarcity. It minimizes the amount of water lost in urination, enabling it to live in their dry, arid environment adequately and achieve homeostasis. Those wombats with the capacity to preserve more water will ultimately be better equipped for survival. Divergent evolution is the result of selective pressures creating related species. Even though they have evolved from a common ancestor, they have different adaptations as a result of different selection pressures and environment. The stingray has a cartilage skeleton, and because of its relatively low density, a stingray's body mass is significantly reduced and therefore requires substantially less effort to propel through the water. This serves as a survival advantage because movement becomes more energy efficient, allowing for more energy to be allocated for hunting. On the contrary, common fish do not have a cartilage skeleton, but a bone skeleton like humans. They have not developed cartilage skeletons because common fish are not predators and therefore do not need to be more energy efficient in order to feed. Their food sources include algae, which is readily available, and the strong bone skeleton provides them with adequate framework and support needed for their type of feeding. This is an example of divergent evolution, as stingrays and fish do share a common ancestor of the Anchithodidae, but the selective pressure of competition has resulted in them having developed different characteristics, hence becoming increasingly dissimilar to each other. Convergent evolution occurs where similar selection pressures result in similar adaptations from very distantly related species. The stonefish and the death adder use camouflage and patience to hunt, as a result of the selective pressure of competition, as other species were better equipped with more traditional methods such as chasing. They are very different animals, as they diverge from their classes. The stonefish is in Actinopterygii and the death adder is in Reptilia. However, they both behave like other harmless objects to deceive their prey and eventually eat them. As can be concluded by the name, the stonefish lies at the bottom of the seafloor like a stone, waiting for unwary fish to pass by for him to snap up. Likewise, the death adder buries itself in sand and wiggles its tail to give the illusion of a worm to lure unsuspecting creatures. They both wait extremely patiently, camouflaged, and the survival advantage of this hunting tactic is that it uses very little energy. This is an example of convergent evolution, as they have both developed the same adaptation by being exposed to the same selective pressures and do not share a common ancestor.